What is going on, FA Nation? John F. here with Howard Bender. Welcome to the Fantasy Slam Game Day Playbook Preview Show for the 12-game Tuesday MLB DFS main slate. We are looking once again at DraftKings here, recording here on Monday evening. We're watching over the beginning of the Monday slate. Some interesting performances already. Some first-inning trouble for Joe Ryan against those seemingly now pesky Chicago White Sox. After beating Tampa Bay in 3 games, they're getting out to Ryan early. Justin Turner's got 2 homers in 3 innings, and at least at last check, Luis Severino still does through 6 has a no-hitter going. So we'll have to monitor those performances, but we're turning the page. 12 games here on the Tuesday main slate, working our way through the pitching rotations, Howard. Some good matchups that we're going to be looking to potentially take advantage of here. Some interesting prices on some of these guys, as well as some names maybe we're not accustomed to seeing priced to where they are on this slate. But before we get into all that, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and joining us. You could go ahead and hit that like button. That thumbs up button is a free way to support what we do here on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel. We go live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern there as well. So hit that subscribe button so you get notified when we go live. Howard, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well. It's quite the monologue right there, man. Welcome to it, man. Very excited to be back here again. Nice big juicy slate here for MLB DFS to take a look at. 12 games, like you said. Definitely some interesting matchups. Definitely some strong pitchers to take a look at. There might be a diamond in the rough sort of a thing to take a look at when we're going through it. Freddie Peralta up top, John. He's the most expensive pitcher. He's in a good matchup here against Tampa Bay. It's not an amazing matchup against Tampa Bay. Freddie Peralta, his numbers still trying to correct themselves a little bit. Right-handed batters giving him a little bit of trouble there. So then automatically you take a look at guys like, can Randy Rosarina turn things back around, or, what's going to happen there? So Peralta's up top. Reynaldo Lopez, next priciest pitcher at 9,500 going up against Seattle. And then Spencer Turnbull coming up in at 9,100. For me, John, out of that top trio, Reynaldo Lopez, the one who moves the needle the most for me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, Seattle still to this point in the season against right-handed pitching, highest strikeout rate in baseball, 29.5% strikeout rate. And Reynaldo Lopez, looking like the dude that was traded, 10 years ago for Darren Erstad, one of the prospects there from the Nationals going to the White Sox, bounce around, didn't really fare well as a starter, moved to the bullpen, have success. Goes to Atlanta. They throw him in the rotation. The man has been lights out. Now, some easier matchups on there. Houston's obviously down, hasn't really performed that well. But Seattle's offense has been struggling, and we know the strikeout rate there. So, yeah, listen, I'm with you for sure. I think Reynaldo Lopez at $9,500 certainly appealing here. Tampa Bay, 23% strikeout rate, 305 WOBA, 240 average against right-handed pitching. That's kind of middling for them there. The Angels are a team that strike out against righties 25% on the year. They're kind of right along the same lines with Tampa Bay in terms of average and WOBA. So, Spencer Turnbull coming off 8 strikeouts. I don't know what to make of him because we've seen him be very bad at times over his career. But again, pitch well against, Chicago, pitch well against St. Louis, Cincinnati now twice. So the top guys, like I said, Turnbull, you don't really consider to be a 9K pitcher, but, there he is. Barrios, Keller, Montgomery in the upper 8Ks, Louis Castillo. So there's definitely some interesting names when we work into the 8K range as well.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And also the one thing about Turnbull, yeah, I'm with you as well. I don't know, but he does have a nice strong ground ball rate this year, which I kind of like for him, obviously going against the Nationals, not the Nationals, the Angels. I think that's a nice spot. His numbers look solid. So, yeah, I could definitely, see investing in it. I think Mitch Keller against Oakland, obviously, even though Mitch Keller has not looked good. And, he's going to give it up 4 earned runs in each of his last 2 outings. It's still Oakland, and, and anything can happen in that realm there. I don't want to use Montgomery against the Dodgers. I don't like that. I told you the last time, until I see Luis Castillo actually do it, I'm definitely not going to use him, especially against a team like Atlanta. So I worry about, that realm there. I do like, some names a little bit below there. Javier Assad. I know that Logan Webb doesn't get the strikeouts that y'all crave, but I think he's at a pretty good price here at 8,400 as well.
Yeah, listen, the Red Sox offense obviously had a good weekend against the Cubs, but I mean, Logan Webb is, an above average pitcher here. I don't think I'm going to see them do all that well. Now, the last 2 weeks, believe it or not, the Red Sox against right-handed pitching, 340 WOBA, 200 ISO. I mean, again, that's just the last 2 weeks. You look at that lineup, you don't think much of it, but they've been doing some damage against righties. I don't know if recent performances sway you at all, or it's just the fact that they've faced the Pirates and the Cubs pitching over that span.
Little column A, little column B. I think it definitely matters when we talk about, what pitchers we're going up against, sure. Especially for the fact that we are dealing with, a season where, I don't even know who's pitching in these games. You look back 2 weeks ago and the names are on the roster are completely different. Correct. There's so many rotations. So tough spot to be in.
I want to highlight this one thing with Logan Webb. I wish that I could have like a drawing telestrator here, but look at those ground ball numbers. 18, 14, 14, 15. Guys are just, pounding the ball into the ground against him. And one of the reasons why he's only allowed an earned run over his last 3 here. So just kind of reiterating that I agree with you. I do like Logan Webb against the Red Sox here, even though they're recent numbers, because you can't score runs if you're not putting the ball in the air. And Logan Webb is not putting the ball in the air there. Where else are you looking to go? You're being encouraged all but the way Mackenzie Gore has looked. You get Sean Manaea at 8K. Some other mid-tier guys in the 7K range.
I mean, I do not like Manaea. I actually like targeting against Manaea.
Okay.
In this matchup against the Cubs, even though, I mean, yes, the Cubs being no hit right now by our good friend,
Severino, yeah.
Luis Severino. Simeon Woods, Richardson, against the White Sox. That's obviously, it's an interesting way to kind of take a look at it here. I'll tell you who I thought was kind of interesting, and that was Landon Knack.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So, listen, I'm not hugely bullish on Landon Knack. And, we talk about how difficult this Arizona lineup can be. But you look at the numbers, you look at the splits for Arizona. Arizona against right-handed pitching. They got a 292 WOBA, a 248 BABIP. They're striking out more than 20% of the time, a 305 on-base percentage as a team. They've got the third lowest weighted runs created plus. Like, they're not producing against righties. Yeah. Not at all. 125 isolated power mark. There's no extra base hits. They're doing all of this crazy damage against lefties that I think that, I just knowing that the Dodgers of what they could do to Montgomery, because, Montgomery's still working his way back. I'm sure he's, gonna have a tough time with this Dodgers lineup, that maybe Knack has a little bit of appeal.
Yeah, and maybe you also buy into like the whole thing of like the Dodgers are facing a lefty today and Tommy Henry. Now they're going to get another lefty. So it just kind of like brings them another sort of, the way to see the arm angle, right? Like they're seeing it again. It's on back in the day, there was only so many lefties. It was a different thing. Now they're seeing them all the time there. So yeah, that could be fine. You have Assad there at $8,400 in the mid tier as well. Hunter Brown's back. That could be interesting for Cleveland if you're.
Are you ready to trust Hunter Brown yet? He's on the bench in every one of my season-long.
I'm thinking the other way, honestly. There.
Oh, targeted against him and using those Guardian bats.
Yeah.
Get yourself the Naylor brothers. Is that what you're looking for?
Or at least one of them. I think Bo kind of stinks, but. That might be it for me. I'm not going to pitch anybody else down here. So
yeah, I don't think I'm going to pitch anybody else down here either. It's not a terrible matchup for Tyler Alexander. Milwaukee not hitting lefties particularly well, so there's like some GPP appeal, but very little.
Yeah, the pitch count. I guess you have the 93 here. The last one, 56 pitches got pulled after 4. There, it's a little weird. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, nothing great.
Catcher position. Again, we talk about this all the time. We'll figure out who the cheapest guy is, and we'll go there. Danny Jansen versus Cole Reagan. Jansen will play against the lefty. Reagan's is kind of coming down a little bit, so maybe Jansen has some power upside in that matchup. Langoliers against Keller, $3,400 if you're not in on Keller there. We played Rover, but he's got Milwaukee. Probably won't go back to that.
Nah, he probably won't go back to that for sure. Yeah, I mean, listen, we could do the either Narvaez or Thomas Nido. Are the Mets on this slate here?
I don't.
They are on this slate.
Yeah. We talked Mania. So yeah, Narvaez is 2,400. Nido played today, so maybe Narvaez catches Mania there. So could see that.
There you go.
That works. Is Samuel Wood Richardson a lefty by chance?
Yeah, he's a righty.
Right. Okay. Martin Maldonado last year, like a 200 ISO versus lefties. Didn't make any sense. But all right, first base then. Where are we looking to go here?
All right. Well, I mean, listen, if we're paying up top there, again, you could, there's, I know that Olsen looks a little lost to the plate, but him against Luis Castillo, I think it definitely works. I'm not going to sit here and talk about Shohei Ohtani, again, Bryce Harper, it's lefty on lefty. He hits lefties well. I'm fine using Bryce Harper there. Matt Olson's got that little matchup that you like, but, I'm kind of like, again, I'm looking a little further down and trying to figure out, where else?
Josh Naylor's right here at 51.
Yeah, you love Josh Naylor.
I do.
Against Hunter Brown, that is.
Yeah, right. Good spot for Naylor, I think, against Hunter Brown. We'll talk about Alabama third base, Howard. So just I'm not skipping him. So we'll talk Alabama third base.
I didn't bring him up. Don't start with me. Don't you start with me. Right. I will turn the studio around, young man, and take you right home.
Okay. Rhys Hoskins at 6 homers. He's starting to heat up a little bit. Could get him in there against Alexander. Justin Turner, as I mentioned, has 2 homers in 4 innings so far for Toronto.
Oh, so he's definitely going to do that again tomorrow.
You know what? Some of these guys go on runs. Minnesota lefties against Soroka feels pretty good. So you got Kirilov, Julian, Kepler, Lawrence, like that whole lineup basically against Soroka there.
Do you want to get your boy Lamonte Wade in against Criswell?
Yeah, could. He'll hit there, get some power. They took away his outfield eligibility, Howard, so it's a little unfortunate there. He's first base only now. Speaking of men with power runs here, Carlos Santana, 3 and 4. You can make that 4 and 5 because he's homered tonight. So guys that get hot, you rode the Michael Busch run. Carlos Santana right now, it's in the buck. Well, apparently, faced the lefty today as well. So I mean, maybe there's some looks there for Santana. Do they have Lopervito on this slate? Is he? What position does he play? Is he outfield then?
He's probably in the outfield.
Or not on the slate. Did I spell his name wrong? How do you spell his name?
Lopervito?
Yeah.
No, he's just they obviously don't have him in the system yet.
Don't have him. Well, that's unfortunate. Not to say he'd even play, but just want to see where he's at.
Yeah, because I love paying down at first base for a guy with a 30+% strikeout rate.
This guy's got like 16 homers in like 14 games. So
welcome to the big leagues. Yeah, so he'll definitely hit a home run in his first game.
You never know. Andy Paez is working out pretty well right now. Second base.
Andy Paez didn't have this crappy plate discipline as Lopervito does, though.
That's fair. Mookie Betts, Jose Altuve, Ketel Marte, your top guys there. Albies, Semien, your top 5 rather, all up over 5K. Got a favorite of the bunch?
No, not particularly. I mean, listen, I probably Altuve against Carrasco. I'm just not a Carrasco guy. I think Altuve will be more than fine against him there. Marcus Semien against Mackenzie Gore, I can definitely get behind that. For 5,300. So, but I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of looking down here, and it's like you're looking at some of these guys. Bogarts against Nick Martinez, I like.
Sure.
Edward Julian against Mike Soroka, I like.
He moved his price up. He was 3,900 the last time. Now he's up to 44. So
I know.
They know the matchup. They're like, you know what? Soroka sucks. Price bump for Twins here.
Soroka sucks. Price bump for the Twins.
Horner's 42.
Stole his first base finally. Holy cow. How long did that take for that to happen?
Yeah, you've been waiting on that one. Nothing else really down here, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot going on here at the position.
Maybe we get some Malika Williams against Alex Wood, $2,700.
Michael Massey against Jose Barrios.
Yeah. All right, we'll see what the lineups come out. Third base, Jose Ramirez against Hunter Brown feels pretty toasty. Austin Riley, Devers, and Machado round out your 5K group.
Yeah. Yeah, but Alec Boehm right there going up against the lefty, 4,800.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this would be one of those times where you do play Alec Boehm at first base if you're playing Jose Ramirez. Who knows?
Ah, see, there you go.
Brian Hayes hits lefties pretty well. You get Christopher Morel in that mid-K range as well.
Yeah, yeah.
We like Reynaldo Lopez. I was like, Josh Rojas has been hitting the ball pretty well lately.
I'm still waiting for rest of the Cincy lineup to wake up. I think against Johnny Brito, it's definitely possible.
Certainly possible, yeah. If you want to buy into that one. Beatty's 3K, Lipscomb's 29.
It is not.
Well, we've hit Danny Mendick, so we have to move on.
I just picked up Danny Mendick in the Tout AL only league.
Just
because it was Danny Mendick.
Might as well.
I figure if I'm going to bash this guy and his name, I might as well have him. At least have him in one fantasy.
Yeah. Senzel homered twice yesterday, and you guys been pretty good lately. Now it's a righty-righty matchup for
Who did?
Nick Senzel.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the power run that he's on since he came back. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's so funny. I've asked Bowden about that, the possibility of Nick Senzel being like one of those post-type sleepers. He was like, I don't like the player. And here we go. All
right, shortstop. Betts, Turner, Witt, Ellie are all $6,000 or above, Howard.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Very crazy. Very, very crazy. Out of those four, I'd probably just go Ellie just because he's $600 cheaper than Mookie Betts.
Okay. Yeah,
there's no real Turner against Anderson. I mean, if you're looking for a good lefty righty matchup, I think that's probably better than Montgomery against Betts.
Sure.
But Bobby Witt, Ellie De La Cruz, can't go wrong there. And I would and then I'd look at like CJ Abrams, who's been on fire lately and going up against John Gray.
Yeah. John Gray's had a couple of good starts, but Abrams, obviously the power and speed have turned around for him this year. Our boy, Pat, hats off. Jeremy Pena is up to 4,600 now. Don't think we can get to him at that price tag anymore. But good to see him up there. Dansby at 41. They let off Blaze Alexander. I don't know if they'll do that against Knack or not. But he is a little bit interesting there at $3,900. Anything else for you down here for value?
No, I love the fact that Henry was trying to sell you on Miguel Rojas earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, again, Miguel Rojas does hit lefties fairly well for his career. Now he's old, and his numbers have certainly trailed off the last few seasons.
Decrepit.
But recent performances, 2 hits, a hit, a double, the fantasy points have kind of been there. So I don't know if I'm going to do it against Jordan Montgomery, but maybe. We've got Vaughn Grissom coming up soon, 4 for 4. His rehab assignment, and we'll activate him for Tuesday series opener. Would you play $3,400 Vaughn Grissom, Howard?
His first game back against Logan Webb, maybe not. Okay. Maybe not. I'd kind of look at Rafaela. If you pay down even further, he's got that shortstop eligibility at 3,000.
Sure.
I don't think you're getting much of a differential there between those two.
No, probably not.
What about your boy Zach Neto?
Yeah, I don't mind him. I don't mind him at 27. I don't think he'll hit at the top of the order against a righty, but I'm still okay going there. Especially since we don't have St. Louis. We don't have Mason Wynn, so I can't punt.
You could do a Guardian stack here and go Brayon Rocchio against Hunter Brown.
Okay. He's been okay.
$2,500 right there. He had 2 hits in his last game. Batting, what does he got? He's got a 306 OBP, 3 stolen bases in his last 10 games.
Sure.
For still interested in $500.
Yeah, I'm still interested to see if Alika Williams gets in the lineup. I've actually played him a few times when he's been active. I mean, he's got a hit in every game but one that he's played this season, and he's 2,700. So if he's in against a lefty and Alex Wood, because he might get that righty split for him working there. Just be on the lookout for Alika Williams there. I think he's a pretty good bat. All right, outfield. Get your usual suspects up at top. Anybody, any matchups in particular that you're looking to target here, Howard?
No. I'm fading them all. I mean, listen, Acuna against Castillo. Like I said, Castillo he's a volatile guy who hasn't gotten it going yet. So Acuna obviously against him. I'm all in on that. You got the lefty bats from Houston and Tucker and Alvarez going up against the righty and Carrasco. Sure. I think that's a perfectly fine move that you want to make there.
Yep. Adolis gets Gore.
Adolis against Gore. I think that's fine. And then I think it just kind of, continues to move into that next tier where you got Tatis, Gurriel.
Steve Kwan might be worth the 5K in this matchup.
Steve Kwan might be okay. Worth the 5K here in that matchup. Yeah.
3 homers already on the year. We think
I'd rather go Michael Harris at 5K against Castillo than Steve Kwan, even though it's against Hunter Brown.
Okay. Teoscar at 49 gets another lefty. We know he hits that matchup pretty well.
Love that. Did you see I built the lineup with your boy Palacios in it tonight?
I did. I don't think we're going to go there against Peralta, but I did see that you played him. He hit second tonight for Tampa Bay.
Did that just for you, Johnny. Just for you.
Thanks. The no-no is officially over. Dansby Swanson in the top of the 8th inning with the single there, breaking up Severino's no-hitter. So,
thank God.
I got Fraley against Brito. I think Fraley is often undervalued. I don't mind that in that Reds lineup that you were talking about. Nimmo homered tonight. Not that he's a big power hitter, but he's 43. Connor Joe hits lefties pretty well. He's kind of overpriced for me because he doesn't have a ton of power, but let's hit lefties. Then we get the Twins guys, Kirilloff, Kepler down here at 4K.
Right, you got all those lefty Twins bats. You can definitely look in on that.
Winker hit a grand slam the other day against Edward Cabrera. He did that.
I think he's following it up with an offer right now, if I'm not mistaken, but that's okay.
Jackson Merrill's 38, Lawrence up to 38.
Yeah.
Ellie's still hitting the ball pretty well, man. He's not a $3,800 outfielder. He's probably closer to like a $4,500 outfielder. So
who?
Not pitching Eloy, rather.
Eloy.
Yeah. If you're not in on Simeon Wood Richardson here, I think that there's some potential value. Joe Ryan has no strikeouts, by the way, through 4 innings. So,
oh, dude, I was watching. I was like Trevor Rogers. It was like in the 5th inning, and it was like 4 1/3 with 1K. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, but you're thinking White Sox again. Lately, the White Sox lineup, they've been, I don't know, man. There's something they're like snapping out of it, or I have no teams are underestimating them. I don't know, but you would figure Joe Ryan would get strikeouts, and he has got 0. So,
well, again, that's a match. But see, and we talked about this. That's a matchup they just faced each other.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, if you look at the numbers here, the White Sox over the past week, they're still striking out almost 26% of the time, but their numbers, their overall numbers are very middle of the pack for over the past week.
Yeah,
power, speed. It's not a killer batting average. It's not a killer WOBA, but they're like right in the middle of the pack there. So,
again, we talk about this all the time. Early season numbers, and as more plate appearances and matchups come through, we're only through the first month of the year.
Yeah.
We teams start to kind of settle out and realize who they are. So, you got him, Gavin Sheets down here, lefty against Simeon Wood Richardson at $3,400 if you want to go there. Will Brennan, someone I almost never play but would consider here against Hunter Brown at $3,400. Paez at 33 hit 8th tonight against Tommy Henry and the Diamondbacks, which means 3,300. You want to do a little wraparound stack? You can get Paez in there if he's sitting at the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else for you for value down here?
I mean, I'll
Joe Adele.
I'll give you Stremski a look against Criswell.
Okay.
I'll look at that before I look at Joe Adele, just because I know Joe Adele. Like the moment I invest in him, it's my golden sombrero.
3 homers and 5 stolen bases, Howard.
And as soon as I put anything on him, it's a golden sombrero.
I picked him up in FSG this morning. So
Tyler Freeman out of the Guardians.
Sure.
Kind of like him, especially if he's going to be leading off here against Hunter Brown. I think that's I feel like if we're going to be getting a little crazy here, John, we might want to build a lineup with some Guardians in there.
Sure, I'm fine. It's not crazy. They have some good bats that you can kind of utilize there.
And then we won't need to say Pete Crow Armstrong, at 2,700.
Well, it's a lefty, so I probably wouldn't go there. And I would consider Michael Taylor against Alex Wood if he's in the lineup. He's hit lefties pretty well over the course of his career.
Michael A. Taylor?
Michael A. Taylor, yeah.
I was hoping you were talking about Michael V. Taylor.
No. I've played, you know what?
Go ahead, give me this dirt cheap play. What do you got?
All right, so I've actually utilized Tyler Nevin lately in some lineups as one-off punt plays. We laughed when they sent Astoria Ruiz down to claim Tyler Nevin off waivers. We're like, why did they? I mean, he's kind of been okay, and Mitch Keller's been sucking, and he's a righty versus a lefty bat here. A couple homers over the last 4 hits in 6 straight. He's in my DFS lineup tonight. I played him as a punt play at $2,400. So I'd be willing to use some Tyler Nevin here. I'm not lying.
Okay. All right.
The numbers are bearing it out right now.
Listen, you know what? Where do you want to use him? You want to use him in the outfield? You want to use him at third base?
I think he fits probably in the outfield here.
So plop him in there. Let's use him in the outfield.
Okay.
And let's build a lineup here. Johnny, where do we want to go?
All right. Ronaldo Lopez was definitely the one in Seattle. Where's our SB2 coming from here? Because we rattled off a lot of mid-tier pitchers.
We did rattle off a lot of mid-tier pitchers. I didn't have a particular favorite. I was intrigued by Landon Knack. And I don't know. Javier Assad.
It was Webb, Knack, Simeon Woods, Richardson were the 8K under picks.
Yeah.
We can go Knack. You mentioned the righty splits for Arizona. There aren't that great, and there's probably some good win equity here for Knack against for the Dodgers lineup behind him.
Let's do it.
All right, $4,300. Look to spend down a catcher. Let's see, what are we gonna do down here?
I think we were looking at Narvaez.
Yeah, we'll just plug Narvaez again, and then if we have to move off, we will. And then you said going Cleveland, so we got to go Naylor, and I guess Jose Ramirez would be 2.
Naylor, Ramirez. Let me find a Cleveland lineup here and see where they're not playing today, are they? No Guardians today.
No.
So let me just go back and look. They are Cleveland against the righty. Just want to see what kind of a lineup construction they've got.
Yeah, they faced Bryce Elder yesterday. They had
perfect.
Jimenez hitting second, Juan, Jimenez, Jose Ramirez, and Naylor. So we have that. David Fry was their EH hitting 5th. Will Brennan hit 6th. Tyler Freeman hit 7th. Riccio hit 9th. So you get a little wraparound there if you wanted to punch shortstop. Otherwise, Jimenez is 49.
Let's try that. Let's go Jimenez, Ramirez, and Naylor. Let's see if we can just jam in the 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so we got that going for us here,
which is nice.
It is nice. I want to get Lawrence in this one. He used $3,800.
You like that the lefty Twins bats?
Yeah, but you can only really get one of them in here. The other ones are kind of priced up a little bit too much for me.
Okay. So that was Larnach you wanted?
Yeah, Larnach.
Okay, that gives us $4,300 for a shortstop and an outfielder.
Yeah.
Well, let's figure out where we want to go. Do you want to just pay up at short?
It was him or go to NATO.
Let's pay up at short.
Or Alika Williams if he was actually to play.
We could one off Ellie. We could do Betts, Turner. Where do you want to go? Or we could go to CJ Abrams and then just not have to go dirt cheap on an outfield.
Yeah, I mean 6K 3,400 if we do Abrams here.
And what does that give us there? 34 puts us in the range of
Will Brennan.
No, there's your boy Gavin Sheets.
Yeah, Sheets or Brennan would give us the 1, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if we need to go that deep into
one off potheads down here.
Could one off Paez. Yeah, absolutely.
And that'll give us a 53. Is 53 anything different down here?
Yeah.
Nope, still Abrams.
I'm going Gavin Sheets with my lineup right here.
All right, I like Sheets. That's fine by me. Sheets and then shortstop 52.
No need to fuck around. CJ Abrams at short.
Alrighty. So example lineup for everybody. Reynaldo Lopez, Landon Knack, Omar Narvaez, Josh Naylor, Anez Jimenez, Jose Ramirez, CJ Abrams, Tyler Nevin, Trevor Larnach, and Gavin Sheets. For everybody there, just again, an example lineup. We'll be back live at 4 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you check that out. We'll have a new lineup built based off active lineups for today's slate, so make sure you check that out. Give us a follow on Twitter if you haven't done so already, and of course, like and subscribe to the Fantasy Alarm channel so you never miss a live show. Howard, any final thoughts here for the people?
No, but I will just throw out this to everybody out there. It doesn't matter if it's baseball, if it's football, whatever it is you want. FantasyAlarm.com. We're about to start crushing the NFL best ball world with our cheat sheet. Your Discord access is important there because you're going to start drafting side by side with me and Andrew Cooper and John Impemba and the Fantasy Alarm team. Every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be running a best ball draft and, broadcasting it right here on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube page. So set yourself up with a, like and a subscribe here. Get notifications for when we do that, but you got to be a part of the family if you want to draft side by side with us. So this little QR code that Johnny's got over here, get yourself in, do yourself a favor. That's for Underdog, which is where we're going to be doing the best balls, at least to start. But this QR code is our all-pro access here at fantasyalarm.com. You are not going to want to miss a minute of what we're doing from now through the end of the NFL season. How about that? I'll put it all out there. So that's my pitch. That's what it is. Best of luck to you all in building your lineups, and we'll see you back at 4 o'clock.
Yep, 4 o'clock, everybody. Good luck till then, and we will we'll catch you guys later.